All right, BlackPoloSociety. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome. Here we are, another weekly stream, and it is our monthly giveaway. What's up? We got a lot of people posting in chat here. Let's see, we've got Ashima Black Raven. What's up? Darth Clipclop. Cacao.
Darth Clipclop.
Silent Bomb. Zepter Thing. Yeah, Pickens too. Yeah, what's up, everybody? So here we are. We've got another giveaway to happen tonight. We've got a whole stack of Tarkir nonsense. Kind of went a little crazy since we don't have another set coming out before our Knoxville convention, Rocky Top Game Con, that's going to be happening May 23rd, 24th, and 25th. So, yeah, long story short, we are digging deep into Tarkir because that's the last set to come out before the gaming convention that is just rolling down the calendar in about 7 weeks. 7 weeks. Hatchling says I made it and I pinged the others with a link. Very cool. Thank you so much. I knew we forgot to post in Discord. Whoopsie. Boom. How about that? Okay. So yeah. Okay, so I fixed that too. Fantastic. So, like we were talking about, here we have a Tarkir Dragonstorm collector booster. We've got Eugene here on the front. My wonderful name, Joel. Peel that off. Yeah, so basically, yeah, Tarkir came out Friday. Today is Sunday. We will be posting this to our YouTube. Want to boost up our YouTube. We got a BlackPoloSociety with a couple dozen views on the videos, but every monthly giveaway's on there. A lot of the weekly streams are on there too. We will be, building out more content for the YouTube channel. So yeah, should be a ton of fun. Clipclop says wine stallion, the other white meat. Yeah, it's kind of off-white, It's more of a kosher meat, if you will.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so like I said, we got the collector booster here. We're going to start cracking packs. Let's just lay it out for everyone who's not familiar with how our monthly box breaks work. Every month we've got every month we have a collector booster here, and basically we got 12 packs in a collector booster for now. Wizards might change that. And what we do is the very first pack is for our Facebook giveaway. Then the very last pack is for our Twitch giveaway, and the 10 packs in between Joel gets to eat. So yeah, lots of fun. Let me drop the link to our YouTube. It is like it's like youtube.com/logo BlackPoloSociety. But yeah, I'll drop that in the chat. I'm also going to drop the link to the Facebook so that anyone who hasn't posted on the Facebook yet can do so. So yeah, again, the link for our wonderful budding YouTube is youtube.com/@BlackPoloSociety. That's how Facebook channels work. And then let's swap over to the Facebook, since that's where we're going to be at. Let's see. Can I just do this? Yes, I can. Okay, fantastic. So this will take you to our pinned survey. Our survey, of course, this is how we get input from our wonderful and amazing BlackPoloSociety members. So yeah, it's been pretty big this year. I mean, I know that we're only 4 months in, but we've gotten over 100 new members to BlackPoloSociety. Currently at 360 people in our free Facebook group. Lots of fun. We post news, we post memes, all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, let's just take a look here and kind of give you guys a rundown. So, BlackPoloSociety, 360 members. Woohoo! We have these featured posts. The free giveaway today is the top featured post. And then the next one, we actually dropped a link to the Deadpool secret lair, because I know a lot of people missed out on that. So if you set your notifications on for the BlackPoloSociety Facebook, you will be able to be abreast of the situation, basically, the current news and events. I know a lot of people might have missed out on the Deadpool secret lair who wanted it, or they got in late and had to wait 2 hours. Well, good news. If you follow BlackPoloSociety, I'm going to keep you, as the best of my ability, up to date on all that stuff. So we do have 6 Deadpool secret layers that are in the mail. So we may do some giveaways with the Deadpool secret layers. Who knows? Maybe. So yeah, here we go. We've got our survey for today. So again, I just want to remind people, we posted the link to BlackPoloSociety on Facebook, but I'm also going to post the direct link to the survey here. We are going to refresh the page before we actually do the roll for the giveaway. Of course, we're going to use our Google spinner for that. That has much, has greatly divided the Twitch community. Some people love the Google spinner. Some people hate the Google spinner. I personally love the Google spinner, and we're not changing it. So that being said, yeah, I just want to remind everyone of the structure of this. First pack goes to the Facebook giveaway. The next 10 packs go to Wine Stallion. The last pack goes to the Twitch giveaway. So you just got to stay tuned. As long as you're in the chat and you are talking every 15 minutes, you are able to be in a part of the giveaway. So that being said, last month's giveaway, we do have 2 giveaway winners who have not picked up their prize support. It's still sitting here on my desk. So we've got to figure out either to mail them out or get them to our winners of last month's giveaway. So, yeah, that is some housekeeping there. So yeah, let's get into it. What I had up when we first opened the stream, you might have seen this strange arrangement of card images. Okay, so this is a website called MTG Dawn Glare. Okay, so MTG Dawn Glare. So yeah, it's it might be called like mtgdawnglare.com. Sorry, that's an incorrect link. But yeah, basically what you could do is put in sets and you can sort them by TCG price. So here we have Tarkir and some variants sorted by price. There are some limitations here. It doesn't show us the foil price. It doesn't show us the serial price. It doesn't show us the super bougie prices of those Dragon Surge foils. But this kind of gives us an idea that we've got a borderless Ugin at 81. We've got regular Ugin at 65. So again, this is TCG market. It may be like 72 hours late on the data. It refreshes, but this is really useful. Let's say that you're opening a box of a set that didn't just come out in the last 3 days. This basically gives you the TCG going rate of all the singles you're going to pull, non-foil. So yeah, it's good to know what you're looking for, right? So the cool thing is, if I stretch this out, it actually goes on forever, all the way down to the cards that are like $2. So if I just take this image here and I shrink it down, look at that. We've got every freaking card in the set. How about that? So if I just shrink it down, this thing goes on forever. It will literally just sort them by that TCG price all the way down. And then anything that's the same price, for example, this Crater Hoof or the Borderless Village are both $18. It just sorts them in a descending order, okay? So we can actually go all the way down to the very end, and we can actually see all of these cards, okay? So yeah, MTG Dawn Glare, very useful if you're going to be cracking boxes, or maybe you're just trying to see what's the most hyped from the new set, perhaps. That's very useful, chat. So let's see here. Darth Clipclop says, I'll give you something every 15 minutes. Hatching says, it's me. I'm the guy who forgot to claim all my prizes. And then Black Raven says, anybody do anything interesting over the weekend? That's a great question. Yeah, feel free to type in a chat. Any fun stuff you did over the weekend? We were at pre-release yesterday because our local game store, The Game Piece in Alcoa, Tennessee, did a Saturday pre-release so that Friday Night Magic could still be Friday Night Magic. Everybody could build the new decks. They could play with the new Tarkir cards. And Saturday was pre-release instead. I think it was a fun little mix-up, a good little audible, so to speak, kind of change of plans. And I think that experiment was a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll get to do it again. So yeah, I just wanted to show everybody MTG Dawn Glare, give you the run through before we get into cracking these packs. So now we kind of know what are the cards that are worth $10, $20, $30, all the way up to this $80 Eugene. Okay. So, I'm going to shrink this back down. So, of course, for us to do a giveaway, we're going to need our Google spinner. Our glorious Google spinner spinning itself into a frenzy here. So, we've got the Google spinner. We are going to need the survey up, of course. And now it is time for us to turn on the second camera here for our pack opening view. We've got to go first person. We got to get in there deep, open those packs.
Hi, actually.
Hello, baby.
Hello.
Why don't you want to talk about some stuffed animals while we swap over cameras?
Yeah, I'm gonna show these real quick.
Yeah.
So
Do it live.
So I've gotten in the last week close to 100 stuffed animals. It's kind of great. It's actually kind of great. I will specify where they came from because they came from several different, or a couple different places, really. So the first one I'm going to pull out, haha, is the sheep. Look at the sheep. Behold. Sheep. Look at the sheep. It's the sheep. It's one of these ones, called Hitsuji no Wooly, which means a sheep named Wooly. And Dalton actually gave it to me. He and his wife got it at a con. They thought it was very, very cute. Got it at a con. And now it's up to me to try to sell it. These guys are not cheap. Not at all. Especially because this is the official... excuse me. Official product. So I'll talk prices with everybody who's interested after the
You can always
stream.
message Good as New Memories on Facebook. That is Ellie's secondhand store for all cute, adorable babies and stuffed animals. All right, real quick, run through the Pikachu.
Yeah, just a second. So here's a Pikachu.
Look at this adorable guy with a candy cane.
And I will actually restuff him because he's filled with carnival.
That tail
pins.
doodle.
Great. Okay. Yes.
Make that tail spin.
Tailspin, Joel.
Oh. Tailspin. Okay, what you got? Last but not least,
Wait.
what's your favorite one? We can talk about others after we do some packs.
Okay.
Last but not least.
Last but not least, you guys are gonna
A
scramble.
Moogle!
You guys are gonna scramble
Oh
for that.
my god. Look at this little Moogle. Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering comes out in just a few months. 2 more months. Look at that. Look at this little Moogle. He's got adorable little wings. Koopo. Sharpening my knife, Koopo. Okay,
And
so
this one
a
is
wolf
not-
baby round 3.
This one is not being sold. It is our
This
third
is not
child.
for sale. This is our 3rd little husky wolf baby.
Yep.
Boom. Okay, so if anybody wants any of that stuff other than the Wolf Baby 3.0, Good as New Memories on Facebook. Okay.
And I'll show you part 2 after this.
Alrighty, folks. We're swapping over to our other Kamuda.
Let's
Alright.
play.
Huzzah. Maximum effort. Minimum effort.
Minimum effort. Problem.
What am I missing here? Maximum effort. If we just keep saying it, eventually maximum effort will summon our wonderful collector booster box here. Maximum effort. Nope. Okay. What are we missing here? How bizarre. Alright. Bear with us for one moment here, folks, as I reset the camera. Huzzah. Okay. Resetting the camera. This is not working. I want to crack the packs.
Is it plugged in?
I don't know. It's very strange. It's set to deactivated, but it's still showing the camera. Yeah, that's the problem. Everyone who can see us in chat, that is not supposed to be happening. You're supposed to be seeing our Tarkir Dragonstorm Collector Booster Box.
Hi, Blue Lotus. I see you too.
All right, maximum effort, round 17. Nope. Okay, I really don't know what's going on here. We're going to blow on it and stick it back in there. See if it works now. The old regular Nintendo cartridge strategy. Tried and true over many decades. Okay. Please work. All right. Please work. Oh my god, we did it! Praise Yevon. For all you Final Fantasy X players out there.
Praise who?
Praise Yevon. Okay, so we've got a wonderful backdrop today. I figured we'd partner up Optimus Prime and Loot. So we have Optimus Prime and Loot as our backdrop for today. What a classic combo. Who doesn't think of Magic the Gathering? The first thing on your lips, Optimus Prime. Second thing on your lips, Loot. The babyest baby. So here we've got our wonderful fidget spinner pocket knife that we use to open all of our packs, bringing us good luck. We're going to slide on in here a little slipperoo. You can hear it, the ASMR. Yes, praise be to Yevon. Bless the pulls. Look at that. So this, just for all of the haters out there, this is Wizards branded print. Okay. Alrighty. Oh. If only Twitch had smell-o-vision. You could smell these fresh packs.
Oh,
if
like
only.
our friend New Card Smell.
If only, yes. The amazing tag, New Card Smell on Twitch. Check out my buddy Dave. Okay, so here we've got pack number 1 for the Facebook giveaway. Here it is. Look at how shiny this Ugin pack is. Unreal. Alright. So, of course, the packs now have this whole breakdown of all the different components that are possible in every pack due to EU regulations. Got him. Alright, so let's go. Alright, pack number 1. Again, this is our Facebook giveaway. Scroll up in chat. If you have not commented and picked a selection on the survey, you gotta comment under the survey to be a winner. So after we crack this pack, we're gonna refresh the page one last time. And then whoever we randomly pick from the comments of the survey will be the winner of everything pulled from this pack. So yeah. Let's see. Clip Clop says, not card related. This Pickens track is dope if it is him. Yes, it is. And somehow we lost the window that shows that it's Pickens, which is so weird. Why did that happen?
We just need to restart.
How bizarre. How bizarre. Okay, here we go. Boom. Pickens is there. We've got the BlackPoloSociety Facebook. Boom. There's the survey. And let's blow up our collector booster vision. Boom. Look at that. Okay. And then last but not least, let's open up a window for Twitch chat. So you can go full screen. Boom. I'm just going to mosey this on in here. Like so. Oh my god. How does he get away with it? He can't keep getting away with it. Boom. Look at that. We got cards. We got chat. We got Pickens on Spotify. Shout out to Pickens. Alright, so let us swami this pack. Zarku says, Halo Foil Ugin. Oh, I'm feeling the energies of a Halo Foil Ugin. Let's get down to business. To defeat the Jess guy. Okay. So first up, we've got Humbling Elder, a 1-mana 1/2 flash. -2, -0 until end of turn. Next up, we've got Dismal Backwater. This is a blue-black tapped land that gains you 1 life. Next up, we've got a Caustic Exhale. This is a new spicy removal spell. 1 black mana. Target creature gets -3, -3 until the end of turn. As an additional cost to cast a spell, behold a dragon or pay 1. To behold a dragon, choose a dragon you control or reveal a dragon card from your hand. Got 3 of these in my pre-release kit of Sultai and murdered many creatures with them. Next up, we've got Anok Wayfarer, Dog Soldier, of course, Abzan. This is a 2-mana 1/1. When it enters, mill 3 cards. You may put a land from among them in your hand. If you don't, put a counter on this creature. Ooh, we've got a foil Sandstep Citadel. All right. First the Dismal Backwater, now the Sandstep Citadel. So whoever our lucky Facebook winner is, hopefully they play Abzan. An Armament Dragon, another Abzan card. So this is a 6-mana 3/4. Flying, when this creature enters, distribute 3 counters among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures you control. Where's my Hardened Scales players at? Next up, we have Rakshasa's Bargain. So this is one of the new hybrid mana cards. You can see there it's 2 generic or a black, 2 generic or a green, 2 generic or a blue. So it is a Sultai card. Look at the top 4 of your library, put 2 in your hand and the rest in your yard. Very spicy. So yeah, 4 mana instant Sultai hybrid. Black Raven says, best overall pull. I don't actually know. I would say probably, I know we had the really fancy collector booster of Foundations. One of our best pulls on stream. We had a $150 Vampire Conqueror and a $120 Llanowar Elf Prismatic Japanese foil. Boulder-born Dragon.
My favorite pull.
What's that, baby?
Was that Junji Ito Mama.
Oh, yeah, the Junji Ito Mother of Machines. Yeah, I forgot about that.
No, not Mother of Machines.
Oh, right.
What's her face? What's her face?
Yeah.
Help.
Boulder-born Dragon. This is a 5-mana artifact creature dragon. You can see here it's got the showcase dragon art on the border there. Flying, Vigilance. When it attacks, surveil 1, which is mill, but you put it in your graveyard instead of bottom of your library. So, great little generic colorless dragon. Foil Boulder-born Dragon. All right, back-to-back boulders. Look at the alliteration. Black Raven says, best I ever pulled was Jace the Mind Sculptor. It was stupid expensive. Oh, hell yeah. Here we've got one of the new full art dragon lands. Here we've got the mountain. Look at that fiery eyeball.
Gonna find that name.
Next up, we have the Thunder of Unity. All right, this is a new Mardu Saga. Thunder of Unity, it cost Mardu. Draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. Chapter 2, whenever creature you control enters this turn, each opponent loses 1, you gain 1. Chapter 3, whenever creature you control enters this turn, each opponent loses 1, you gain 1. So a better...
Elish Norn, guys.
Yes, it was an Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. So yeah, it's just a better impact trimmers. All right, next up here we got Brood Caller Scourge. So this is a spicy new commander boy. 7 mana 5/7 dragon with flying. Whenever one or more dragons you control deal combat damage to a player, you may put a permanent with mana value equal to or less than that damage from your hand onto the battlefield. Ooh-wee.
Pickens literally says,
Yeah.
was that a non-full base?
Yep.
What the poops, wizards?
I know, right? Okay. Well, some people prefer less Pringling, which is, I prefer foil, but some people. All right, we got a couple of cards left here. Frostcliff Siege. Oh my gosh, this card beat me down in pre-release. One of the 2 individual games I lost going undefeated was to this card. It is a 3-mana generic blue-red enchantment. When it enters, choose Jeskai or Teamer. Jeskai, whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Teamer, which is the mode that killed me. Creatures you control have +1/+0, trample, and haste. Ooh-wee. This is a very strong effect. Whether they're going wide with goblins or other tokens, or whether they're just playing a bunch of big nasty creatures, +1/+0 trample haste on a 3-drop is a very fun effect indeed. Alright, Nightbot filling up chat with all kinds of fun stuff. Next up, we have the Sultai Commander, the Dragon Commander at least, Teval Arbiter of Virtue. This is his main set version. So Teval has a commander version, and then this is the Teval that's from the set. This Teval is the Arbiter of Virtue. He is a 5-mana, 6/6 legendary creature, Spirit Dragon. He has flying, lifelink, and spells you cast have delve. So that is a huge upside, but his downside is whenever you cast a spell, you lose life equal to its mana value. This is a very sick suicide black, as they call it on the streets. A suicide sultai, if you will. Commander. Very, very strong. Yep, so that's a Taval showcase. I don't know what they call the showcases in this set, but last but not least for our first pack giveaway, Flamehold Grappler. Okay, so we have a Jeskai. This is the black art showcase. This is a 3/3 for 3. First strike. When this creature enters, copy the next spell you cast this turn. When you cast it, you may choose new targets to the copy. Hey, who doesn't love a good first strike dual caster mage? Nice. And then, last but not least, for this first pack, we have a Goblin token. Shiny Goblin. And on the back, we have a Warrior. Warriors. Okay. So, very cool. So, we're going to go ahead and figure out who the winner is. So, this is your last chance to post on our Facebook survey. We are going to post that link in the chat one more time. Give everybody just a second to kind of gather themselves and make sure that they've posted. Boom. Boom. All right. We're going to post the link there. We're going to give everybody just a second before we announce our first winner, folks. All you got to do is go to Facebook and comment on that survey, on that poll, and you will be potentially one of our winners tonight. So this isn't our only win. This isn't our only giveaway of the night. We're going to have the other Twitch giveaway on our 12th pack as well. So whether you're here just for the box break or whether you're here to win big, go ahead and comment on that survey real quick. We're going to give everybody 1 minute. We'll be back in 60 seconds, folks. All right, folks, here we are. We've got our survey pulled up here full screen. We've got Twitch chat. We've got the polls for the giveaway. We've got everything kind of spread out here. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to give everybody, we gave everybody 60 seconds. We're going to go ahead and refresh the page for the last time. So we are refreshing the page. If you have not commented now, you will have to wait for the Twitch giveaway because the Facebook giveaway is already underway. Okay, so as we scroll down here, Tarkir collector blocks, blah, blah, blah. What is your favorite clan in Tarkir Dragonstorm so far? We've got a couple of votes for our Abzan houses. We've got our Jeskai Way. We've got Sultai Brood. We've got the Mardu Hordes. And we've got a little vote for Teamer. Teamer and Jeskai getting some representation. So we're going to sort by newest here, so that we get every single comment, because we don't want to miss anything. And then we're just going to go through here real quick, and we're going to count up how many peeps we have. So let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 11 total people who are not us commenting. So we have 11 total people. So now we're going to go to our Google Spinner. Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Google Spinner is here and ready to spin. We're going to set it to number again. Boom. And we're going to set it to 11. So we're going to do a countdown here for dramatic suspense. 3, 2, 1. Spin it. All right, the fourth one down is our winner. Let's see who we've got. So we've got Erica, Lee, Nick, and Tyler Blankenship. Congratulations to Tyler Blankenship as our first winner of the first giveaway tonight. Congratulations. So I'm going to write that down here so I do not forget. Boom. Tyler Blankenship. Congrats. Huzzah. All right. We tried to spell his name. That's okay. We know what's up. All right. I'm also going to write that down here for my notes because God knows I'm going to forget it. Using my handy dandy Chessex pen. All right. Pack number 1 goes to Tyler B. All right. So now we're going to cruise through this box break. And our next pack giveaway will be for pack number 12 to 1 lucky viewer. So we've done all the hard work. All you have to do now is just stay on stream. As long as you comment every 15 minutes, you can be our Twitch winner. That is all it takes, folks. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull up Nightbot. And we're going to make sure it's logged in and it's keeping track of everybody in our chat. All right, boom. Active chatters is the selection here. Next, okay, next, okay. Activity timeout 15 minutes. Boom. Okay, so all you have to do is chat once every 15 minutes. That's all it takes, folks. So now we are going to flip back to full screening our shenanigans here. Boom. Boom. Look at that. Ta-da. Okay, so pack number 2, we're going to let Ellie open it. She's our little good luck charm here. What could possibly go wrong?
Right. Let us flip and go.
All right. Big Boss 4804 says congrats. Loving the positive energy in the chat, everybody.
Thank you very much.
That's what BlackPoloSociety is all about. We're winding down for the weekend. Hopefully you are prepared for a case of the Mondays tomorrow. We're going to do a box break. We're going to chill out, have a ton of fun. All right.
I don't know what's in here.
That is A-okay. You just take your time, baby. Let's roll. Okay, so yeah, we are cracking our box. And we're going to go through the packs. And then, yeah, we're going to get to pack number 12 for our Twitch giveaway. What a time to be alive, right? All righty. So let's rock and roll pack number 2. We're going to swami it. We're feeling some Halo Foil Ugin. Let's go. I did put the token on top so that we can look at the token first. So we got a Foil Monk. And we got a copy. Lots of fun copy effects in this set. So yeah, let's get into it. We got a Blossoming Sands, green-white Gainland. All right. We've got a Storm Plane Detainment. So this is a fun little 3-mana enchantment. It's a new little O-ring. When this enchantment enters, exile a non-land permanent opponent controls until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. A fair and balanced, can't target your own stuff for infinite loops. Cough, Ketramos, cough. O-ring. Underfoot Underdogs. We got some awesome little Tarkir goblins here. So we got a 3-mana Goblin Warrior 1/2. When this creature enters, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. Pay 1 tap, target creature you control, power 2 or less, can't be blocked this turn. I had to play against this at pre-release. Lots of angry Mardu decks. Lots of spicy little unblockable boys. Pickett says, I like to send these spicy dragons towards Monday. Alrighty, so next up we've got the Deucier Earth Carver. So this is a 6-mana Elephant Druid. Shout out to my elephants. Since I am a proud owner of a Tribal Elephants commander deck. So yeah, Deucier Earth Carver is a 6-mana 4/4 reach. When this creature enters, it endures 3. Put 3 1/1 counters on it, or create a 3/3 white spirit creature token. So basically, this is a modular spirit or that many counters. So yeah, fun stuff. Fire Extreme asked in chat, who else is making a Deadpool EDH? You know I am. All the crazy Rakdos clone shenanigans. I know that Sheikah is also almost done. I think he needs like 14 more cards for his Deadpool deck. All right, we got Desperate Measures. This is 1 black instant. Target creature gets +1/-1 until end of turn. When it dies under your control this turn, draw 2 cards. Ooh-wee. This is especially fun because there's so many, there's like 3 or 4 Death Touchers in this set. So this one's really fun for just blocking with a Death Toucher, trading with their biggest creature, and then blowing them out and drawing 2 cards. Mystic Monastery. This is the tap land for Jeskai here. Look at that new art. This giant flying boat. Very cool. We've got Knockout Maneuver. All right, where are my boys at? Who likes one-sided fights? So, Knockout Maneuver is a 3-mana sorcery. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Then it deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. So this is a +1/+1 counter, one-sided fight, 3-mana sorcery. So, not as strong as some of the more recent ones, but still a very powerful effect. We have a Showcase Riling Dawnbreaker. This is a 5-mana 3/4 dragon. It's got flying and vigilance. At the beginning of combat on your turn, another target creature you control gets +1/+0. And then we have the new mechanic Omen we haven't really gone over today. Signaling Roar is 2 mana. This is very similar to an adventure card. But instead of casting this and then putting it in exile in the adventure zone, instead you shuffle it into your library. So you'd pay a white and 1, Sorcery Omen, create a 2/2 soldier, and then you would shuffle this into your library instead of exiling it. Ooh, next up we have a foil showcase, Feral Deathgorger. Fought this guy during pre-release yesterday. 6 mana 3/5, Flying Death Touch. When this creature enters, exile 2 cards from a single graveyard. And then Dusk Sight, a black and 1 sorcery. Put a counter on up to 1 target creature and draw a card. Very fun with all the green-black +1/+1 counters in the set. Ooh, here we have a Full Art Foil Plains. So for the Dragonlands, they all have the Dragon Eyeballs. These all have Ugin's Shadow over them. So this is a foil Full Art Plains showing the dunes of the Abzan, the Mardu, and it's got Ugin's Shadow on it.
Oh my goodness.
All right, pack's gonna get spicy here. Our first rare, Flamehold Grappler. So this is what we pulled in the last pack. It's a 3/3 first strike. When it enters, copy the next spell you cast this turn when you cast it. You may choose new targets for the copy. So yeah, this is a really fun card. I know we didn't talk about it earlier, but there's a lot of ways to blink in Jeskai. Obviously, you can blink this guy. And it is not a cast trigger. It's just when this creature enters. So you can ephemerate this and then cast a Twin Strike, something of that effect, and it will just keep giving you these effects. The next spell you cast this turn, copy it, choose new targets for the copy. Let's see. Pickett says, I got trounced thinking Omen was like Adventure. Always read your reminder text. Yeah. Unfortunately, the showcases do not have reminder text, but yes, the normal cards will. As long as they're not rare or mythic, normally. Fire Extreme says, pretty good Omen. The shuffle back into the deck is a little more interesting. Yes. They can make them a lot more powerful because it's not a 2-for-1. So I do like that. Voracious Bibliophile. I'm a bit of a bibliophile myself. 4 mana 3/3 dragon, flying vigilance. Whenever you cast a spell with 1 or more targets, draw that many cards. This is ridiculous. If you're in blue-white and you're going to bounce, 3 of your opponent's creatures, you draw 3 cards. If you're playing a white card that says put a counter on 3 creatures you control, you put a +1/+1 counter on 3 creatures you control, you draw 3 cards. So yeah, this card is savage. Very good for like a tempo deck, maybe Geist of Saint Traft Commander. Who knows? Pickett says, I just built my pre-release thinking I get to play the other side after. Whoops. Indeed. So yeah, we got a borderless bibliophile.
I just had a thought. Is there any shot that you guys can, hear the music a little too loudly by any chance?
Yeah, if anything's too loud, just let us know in chat.
Or too quiet.
Next up, we have the Red Rare Land, Quarry Mountain Monasteries. Of course, this is Jeskai land. This enters tapped unless you control a plains or an island. Taps are a red, pay 4 tap, exile top card of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. So a great impulse, delayed. You get 2 turns to play the card, and it's on a land, everybody. That's awesome. And then, let's see, we've got Yathin Road Watcher. This is a 4 mana Abzan boy. It's a 3/3 human scout. When this creature enters, if you cast it, mill 4. When you do, return a creature mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Very powerful effect indeed. Very nice. Pickett says, good audio mix. Glad to hear it. I have changed nothing from the last stream, so hopefully it's just as good as the last stream. Oh, we got a foil borderless Dalcoven encampment. So this is another rare land. This is the Abzan land. So of course this is the plains. Enters tapped unless you control a swamp or a mountain. Taps for a white. Pay 3 tap. Whenever you attack this turn, create 2 1/1 red warrior creature tokens. Tapped and attacking, sack at the beginning of the next end step. So basically this is a land that has pay 3, mobilize 2. So very good for aggro. Yeah, probably see this in a lot of Boros. Maybe some Orzhov aristocrats are going to take advantage of this. And of course your Mardu decks. Yeah, so that is pack number 2. Let's get to pack number 3. Huzzah! Pack 3, let's go. Cliplot says, whoa, 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 those pants are too loud. Oh my gosh, how'd you know? Actually, we're going to stick with the same tradition here of showing the token first. We love to see our double-face tokens now that everything's double-face tokens. So we've got a 2/2 Spirit for all you Abzan players, and a 1/1 Spirit. Okay. Weirdly enough, the 1/1 Spirit looks way more dangerous than the 2/2 Spirit. Fire Extreme says, rare lands are a bit too clunky for EDH. Yeah, basically you have to really be into the theme of the clan to take advantage of them. But if you are, like if you're in a Mardu tokens deck, you definitely want the Mardu land. Undergrowth Leopard, 2 mana 2/2 cat. Vigilance. Pay 1, sack this creature. Destroy an artifact or enchantment. This is nice. You know, we've got a lot of mono green that sack for an artifact. A lot of mono white that sack for an enchantment. Now we've got a sack for an artifact or enchantment on a 2/2 Vigilance for 2. Alatia's Legacy. Of course, Alatia is one of the cons of the Mardu. Or was. So this is a 2 mana instant. Target creature you control gains Death Touch and Indestructible until the end of turn. These are some really good abilities to get until the end of turn. If I die today, I will ensure my death is worthy of a legend. Very nice. We've got a Storm Shriek Feral. So this is a 5 mana 3/3 flying haste. Pay 2, +1/+0 until the end of turn. But then the Omen is Flush Out. Red and 1. Discard a card. If you do, draw 2. It is really good little Omen. Basically, you have a similar to a Faithless Looting. And you also have a Hasty Dragon on the other side. This card probably sees some play. Indeed, outside of Limited. Jadecast Sentinel. This is an Ape Snake. I think this is one of the few Ape Snakes we've seen so far. 4 mana 1/5. Artifact creature Ape Snake with Reach. Pay 2. Put target card from a graveyard on the bottom of its own library. This was in my deck last night. This is basically an instant speed trying to stop my opponent from reanimating, getting value. I guess if you were decking out and you were going to get milled out, you could also put a card on the bottom of your library, to save yourself from getting milled. The Venerated Storm Singer. The art on this one's really sick. We're electrocuting a machete, it looks like. 4 mana 3/3 Orc Cleric with Mobilize 1. And then it has, whenever this creature or another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1, you gain 1. So Mobilize is, of course, the Mardu ability, so that's black, white, red. And there's a lot of ways to make these 1/1 tapped and attacking warriors. So whenever this creature or another creature you control dies, opponent loses 1, you gain 1. Very powerful effect in Limited in Tarkir Dragonstorm. Alright, we got Rainveil Rejuvenator. This is an Elephant Druid that I got to play last night. Only elephant in my deck, I might add. So yeah, it's a 4 mana 2/4 Elephant Druid. When this creature enters, you may mill 3 cards. So of course, this is enabling all the spicy Abzan and Mardu reanimation. Tap, add a green equal to this creature's power. So yeah, lots of +1/+1 encounters, lots of renew in Sultai, for example. And so you could easily pump up this guy's power and then tap for more green mana. Definitely an auto-include in my tribal elephant deck. Next up, we have Sonic Shrieker. This is a Mardu 5-drop dragon. It is a 4/4 flying. When this creature enters, it deals 2 damage to any target, and you gain 2 life. If a player is dealt damage this way, they discard a card. So this one's really fun and limited. It is just an uncommon, so you could get a couple in your draft or your pre-release. But yeah, you can basically kill a creature, maybe second main phase, finish it off, gain some life. If you send it to their dome, you make them discard a card. This is amazing. Especially if they only have one card left in hand, you think they're sitting on a bomb. You just drop your 5-drop dragon, make them discard it, hit them in the face for 2, and you gain 2. Kind of like a mini Blightning, if you will. We have the Dirger Island Dragon. This is a 6 mana 4/4 flying Ward 2. Of course, Ward 2, opponents must pay 2 to target this with spells and abilities. But then over here we have an omen that's an instant called Skimming Strike. A blue and 1. Tap up to 1 target creature, draw a card. This is phenomenal. Lots of tempo plays here with these cards. You could tap a blocker before you declare attacks. You could tap an attacker before they declare attacks, and then it won't be able to block when you crack back as well. And you get to draw a card on top of it. This is a really good omen. And of course, let's just make sure everybody sees. This is the showcase art. So we have all these cool little dragon wings and scales and whatnot around the edge of the card. Let's see. Black Raven said, Mardu, favorite commanders. Big Boss, so many flexible options in this set. Black Raven says, 3D printed a book deck box last night. That sounds like a lot of fun. So here we've got a Runescale Stormbrood, 4 mana 2/4 dragon flying. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell or a dragon spell, +2/+0 until end of turn. I had to face this down in round 2 of pre-release last night. Very exciting time. I got battled for 18 when they pumped this guy up a bunch, and then they played the Jeskai Saga that gives double strike, and they smashed me for 9 flying double strike with this guy. It was a very scary turn. It was a very scary game indeed. Then we got Chilling Screech, a blue and 1 instant omen. Counter target spell with mana value 2 or less. So yeah. This one's good. Just keep in mind, on the stack, your X spells will have a mana value equal to X. So if you're countering a spell that has X in its cost, unless X is 1 and it's a 1-drop, you won't be able to counter X spells, okay? Clip Clop says, Blightning is such a great card. So this should be a full art land. And it is. Another Plains with Ugin. Getting the hang of these collector boosters. So let's move on to the rares in pack 3. Let's see what we got. Death Begets Life. So, we did get this in pre-release. We did not play it. I did not put it in my deck because it's an 8-drop, but it is a very powerful 8-drop. So, 5 generic plus Sultai. Sorcery. Destroy all creatures and all enchantments. Draw a card for each permanent destroyed this way. Whew! This is massive card advantage for all you Magic players that are a bit older. Maybe you wake up in the morning, your knees hurt, your back hurts. You might be old enough to remember a card called Decree of Pain. The old destroy all creatures, gain a life for each creature, draw a card for each creature destroyed this way. This destroy all creatures and enchantments, draw a card for each permanent destroyed this way. So yep, powerful Sultai board wipe that also is going to draw you a ton of cards. Black Raven says, I love the Dragon Islands. Yes, indeed. Next up, we've got a commander card from Tarkir. This is Parapet Thrasher. 4 mana 4/3 dragon. Whenever one or more dragons you control deal combat damage to an opponent, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Destroy target artifact that opponent controls. This creature deals 4 damage to each other opponent. Exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. So we get destroy an artifact, deal 4 damage, exile top card, play it this turn. Lots of great effects on a 4/3 for 4. So yeah, a great little mid-range dragon indeed. Warden of the Grove. This is a Hydra. 3 mana 2/2. Beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Whenever another non-token creature you control enters, it endures X, where X is that number of counters on this creature. So basically, this guy pumps up every end step, and then he endures on your other guys equal to his counters. So all you gotta do is slap some counters on here, and you can make a bunch of spirits, XX spirits, or put +1/+1 counters on more guys. So yeah, Hydra decks love their +1/+1 counters. And at only 3 mana, that guy's going to do a lot of work. Severance Priest. This is an Abzan, so it's a 3-drop Jin Cleric 3/3. So we got Death Touch. Whenever this creature enters, target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose an online card from it. If you do, exile that card. When this creature leaves the battlefield, the exiled card's owner creates an XX Spirit token, where X is the mana value. So basically, Endure. This is very similar to some cards we've had in the effect. In the past, very similar effects. Some interesting things here. You'll notice that this says, when this creature enters, target opponent reveals yada yada. When this creature leaves, the exiled card's owner yada yada. So basically, if you were to play this card for 3 mana, and then play 1 white to ephemerate, while this trigger is on the stack, the card will not be exiled yet. So you could effectively play this on turn 4, ephemerate it with the trigger on the stack. They get the leaves the battlefield trigger, which does nothing, because nothing's been exiled yet. Severance Priest re-enters, and you now get to exile 2 cards. The first trigger is from a separate object, so the first card you exile, they get nothing for. The second card you're exiling from the newest trigger will actually give them an XX when this creature leaves the battlefield. Very similar to how the old Fiend Hunter effects and O-rings used to work, where they enter the battlefield, in response to their trigger, you would blink them or bounce them. So yeah, very strong card in an Abzan Blink deck. Sage of the Skies. So we got a 3-mana human monk 2/3. Whenever you cast this spell, if you've cast another spell this turn, copy this spell. It's a 2/3 flying lifelink. So of course there's a 2 spell per turn theme in Jeskai this time around, which is the Flurry ability, and this is basically flurrying this spell. If you play like a 1-mana spell, like an Opt or a Brainstorm or something, then you run this guy out on turn 4, you're going to have 2 2/3s with flying and lifelink. So that is it for pack 3. Let's keep going. We want to get to our Twitch giveaway, of course. Fire Extreme says, that's not a dragon in a dragon set. Yeah. Very powerful humanoids in Dragonstorm. I gotta say, really impressed with what we're looking at. We're gonna have Ellie crack a pack here, a little good luck charm. We are gonna get into pack number 4 here. Black Raven says, I want to do a Jeskai Blink deck. Still need to build Hydra Tribal. Alright, so let's just scoot. Chat is getting clipped right now. So let's just scoot this over here. Let's just do that. And we're going to pull this out. Boom. Okay. Here we go. That's better.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so.
Oh.
Everything as it should be. Okay.
I can't believe it.
Okie dokie. So, we are now going into pack numero 4, if I recall correctly here. We got pack 2 and 3. We'll just show everybody a little highlight of what we pulled. Some of these blackout cards, Commander, Foil Death, some cool showcases. Then back at the other pack, we've got Dalkovan Encampment. All these spicy boys, indeed. Flamehold Grappler and whatnot. Okay. Okie dokie. So, pack number 4. First up, we've got a Warrior and a Goblin. Warrior and a Goblin. Nice. We've got Mardu Devotee. So this is funny. This is our first Devotee, even though there's 5 commons. So this is a 1-mana 1/2 that's got, when this creature enters, scry 2. Great little body on him. And then pay 1, filter into black, white, or red. Activate only once each turn. So yeah, all of the Devotees have that filter the 3 colors of their clan, only once each turn. Highspire Bellringer. This is a 3-mana 1/4 flying Jin Monk. The second spell you cast each turn costs 1 less to cast. Great chassis there. Trade Route Envoy, 4-mana 4/3 Dog Soldier. When this enters, draw a card if you control a creature with a counter on it. If you don't draw a card this way, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. So yeah, he's just a 5/4 for 4 if you don't have counters. Not too shabby. Let's see. Clip Clop says, the black showcases are nice, in my opinion. Yes, indeed. 4-mana 3/3 Meticulous Artisan. Jin Artificer with prowess. So whenever you cast a non-creature spell, +1/+1 until the end of turn. This is very nice with all the new enchantments in the set. Lots of them indeed. When this creature enters, create a treasure token. So yeah, we've got a 4-mana 3/3 that creates a treasure token and a prowess. Suff Dylan says, am I too late for the giveaway? No, we still have a giveaway. The 12th pack we're going to open is a giveaway. Black Raven says, how did y'all do at pre-release? So I did go undefeated, but we didn't pull any money. I did see some Ugins get pulled. I saw some other pretty big cards get pulled, but we didn't do so hot money-wise. Way Speaker Bodyguard, 4 mana 3/4 Orc Monk. When this creature enters, return target non-land permanent card mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Flurry, whenever you cast your second spell each turn, tap target creature an opponent controls. This is good stuff right here. 4 mana 3/4 that taps stuff down and gives you back a 2-drop when it ETBs. Reverberating Summons, 2 mana enchantment, beginning of combat. If you've cast 2 or more spells this turn, this enchantment becomes a 3/3 monk with haste in addition to its other types. Pay 2, discard this card from your hand. Pay 2, discard a card, discard your entire hand. Sack this enchantment, draw 2 cards. So the cool thing about this, of course, is that discarding your hand is a payment. You don't have to actually have any cards in your hand. So if you find yourself in top deck mode, you could pay 2, discard your hand, which might be nothing, sack this enchantment, and draw 2 cards. So nice little work. Nice little work around there. Good card advantage indeed. Black Raven says, I had to work, so I couldn't go to pre-release. Oh, that's unfortunate. Got Kintree Severance. We've got Abzan Hybrid, like we showed you guys before with the Sultai card. It's 2 generic or white, 2 generic or green, 2 generic or black. And so this one, Kintree Severance, this is an instant. Exile target permanent with mana value 3 or greater. Very nice. Very nice. Unfortunately, won't get rid of tokens. If they're packing a 6/6 spirit token, this won't answer it. Most tokens are going to have 0 mana value. All right, let's just get a little sip of this Gatorade.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
all right. Huzzah! We've got a showcase Teeming Dragonstorm. So there's 5 Dragonstorms, 1 for each color. If you haven't seen them, they all have an ability when they enter the battlefield, and they all get returned to your hand when you play a dragon. Teeming Dragonstorm, 4 mana enchantment. When this enchantment enters, create 2/2/2 white soldier creature tokens. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. So yeah, we had the blue one, which just says draw 2, discard 1. There was a game where I got to use it 3 times, which was awesome value for my Reanimator deck. Whoa, we got a foil showcase Armament Dragon. So this is a 6 mana 3/4 flying. When this creature enters, distribute 3 1/1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures you control. So yeah, very cool art. Obviously, foil showcase. Sky is amazing and Abzan counters. And our full art land for the pack. We've got a Dragon Eyeball Plains. Look at that. Whoa, that thing looks wild. Alright, let's get into the rares of pack number 4. Ooh, Dragonfire Blade. This is a good one. It's only a 1 mana equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, hexproof and monocolored. +2/+2 and hexproof for monocolored.
Do you want me to eliminate some glare?
Sure. So yeah, it's got equip 4. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each color of the creature it targets. So yeah, if you target a 5-color creature, you can equip for 0. 3-color creature, you can equip for 1. You know, but yeah, +2/+2 hexproof for monocolored. Most removal, even in like CDH, most removal outside of like Assassin's Trophy, it's gonna be monocolored. So yeah, that's great. So let's see if we can get a little bit less glare. Yeah, let's see if we can get this a little bit brighter, but without glare.
Did I just like do that for nothing?
No. I think this is a lot better. Deceptive Frostkite, 2 mana dragon. It's a 1/1, but it's got flying. You may have this creature enter as a copy of a creature you control power 4 or greater. Except it's a dragon in addition to its other types, and it has flying. So yeah, super strong dragon clone. Power 4 or greater clone for only 2 mana. And it gives flying. So ridiculous. So ridiculous. This card will definitely see play. Can't wait to put it in a bunch of my decks. Whoa. We got a full art card. It's backwards? What is going on there? Okay.
What?
So let's focus on this. Ambling Storm Shell. Where are my turtle boys at?
It's a turtle.
5 mana, 5/9. So it's got Ward 2. Whenever this creature attacks, put 3 stun counters on it and draw 3 cards. Whenever you cast a turtle spell, untap this creature. So yeah, this is a turtle storm. But yeah, you basically stun him down, you get your 3 cards, and then whenever you cast a turtle, you untap him. Fire Extreme says, it's the grow up so fast meme. Yes, indeed. So somehow this Clarion, oh my god, I've heard about this. Okay, so we have a misprint, folks. We have a misprint that we are definitely going to be selling on Facebook. So we have a Clarion Conqueror here. It's a 3-mana flying 3/3 dragon. Activated abilities of artifacts, creatures, and planeswalkers can't be activated. This card has an error. It is dual-sided. There is no magic back. So I'll show you this once again. Clarion Conqueror front. Technically, this is the back of the card. Clarion Conqueror front. I do not believe this is intended as such. So that means that this is a misprint.
This is not the first time that's happened, but the first time in a while.
I've definitely never seen it. That's kind of crazy. Why does it not have a magic back?
It's not an error, says Fire Extreme.
Oh, okay. Oh, Silent Bomb says the eyes change. Okay, well, let's look at the eyes. This one's got little beady eyes. Oh yeah, this guy looks goofy. So yeah, this guy looks really goofy and, I don't know, feral? So that's intended. Okay, it's like a secret lair. All right, well, we learn something new every day.
Sorry, guys, we don't know magic.
So we got a showcase Clarion Conqueror, which is a CEDH staple. Basically, it's a cursed totem. Activated abilities of artifacts, creatures, and planeswalkers can't be activated. This does include mana abilities, folks. Activated abilities, almost every mana ability is going to be an activated ability. So artifacts, creatures, planeswalkers can't be activated. No Soul Ring. No, no Grim Monolith. No Llanowar Elf. This thing just, basically just shits on most Magic staples. So, Clarion Conqueror, very cool. All right. Pack 4. Oh, whoa. Bougie Ugin foil. Death begets life. 8 mana. So again, this is destroy all creatures and enchantments. Draw a card for each destroyed this way. But yeah, this is a Ugin showcase. So instead of being gold with the Sultai colors, it is just that blue. So yeah, let's go ahead and pull out our other Death Begets Life so we can show you guys the difference here. Of course, we want to do a comparison. So yeah, no idea what the pricing is on these, but basically on the left here we have a normal Death Begets Life, the normal gold multicolored, and then over here we have the blue Ugin Ghost Showcase. So yeah, that's awesome. That's pretty rare. I mean, I've only seen a couple of these Ugin Showcase cards. So yeah, like we were saying, Stuff Dylan says one is adult and the other's a baby, kind of like a secret lair. And then Zarku says some dragons have a baby side and an adult side. Very cool. All right, so that's it for pack number 4.
Here's this.
All right, pack number 5. Coming in hot. Let's see what we can get here, folks. Hopefully we get some big pulls. We need a Ugin Halo foil, whatever that means. Let's see. Stuff Dylan says, have you pulled any Dragon Scale foils yet? Not yet. I'm hoping. I've been swammying the packs, and I'm feeling some Dragon Scale energy. Alright, so we've got a XX Spirit token here, and a 3/3 Spirit token. Nice. We've got a Nightblade Brigade. We got 2 of these in our pre-release. It's a 3-mana 1/3 Death Touch Goblin Soldier. Mobilize 1, so when it battles, you make a 1/1 Red Warrior, tapped it attacking, and it sack it the next end step. When this creature enters, surveil 1. So you look at the top card, you may put it in your graveyard. Great card for a little Sultai Reanimator deck. We've got the Riling Dawnbreaker again. He's the 3/4 Flying Vigilance that gives +1/+0, and he can create a soldier. Focus the Mind, a 5-mana instant. Costs 2 less to cast if you cast another spell this turn. Draw 3 cards, discard a card. Ooh-wee. That's a really good one. Fire Extreme says, didn't pull an Edgar, didn't pull a Chrome Mox. You got to at least pull Ugin or Mox Jasper. Yeah, our last 2 collector boxes have been great value. We've definitely plussed, but we have not pulled any of the top bombs. We got Heritage Reclamation. So this is a 2-mana instant. It's modular. Choose one. Destroy an artifact, or destroy an enchantment, or exile a card from a graveyard. Draw a card. Fresh Start. 2-mana Aura with Flash. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets -5, -0, and loses all abilities. So, yeah, this one's pretty nasty. Had to play against this in Limited, round 2. The lose all abilities thing is the part that really sucks. Because, you know, sometimes you might have a dragon. Now that dragon's basically going to be 0 power. And it won't even be able to block flying. So you lose all abilities and you get -5, -0 for only 2 mana at instant speed. Ridiculous. Alright, let's see if we can get this into focus here. Come on. Show me the sword. Actually, let's go ahead and just wipe this off real quick. Our handy dandy microfiber cloth. Alrighty, come on now. Storm Beacon Blade. This is a 2-mana uncommon. Equipment. Equipped creature gets +3/+0. Whenever equipped creature attacks, draw a card if you control 3 or more attacking creatures. So it's basically Battalion. So yeah, it's got equip for 2. So basically you pay 2 to play it, pay 2 to equip it, +3/+0. Whenever it attacks, draw a card with 3 or more. That's a great card. Who doesn't love card advantage, right? Let's see here. Next up, we have a Teamer Hybrid Dragonclaw Strike. Double the power and toughness of target creature you control until the end of turn, then it fights up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. Ooh-wee! Teamer Fight Spells. Very fun for dinosaur players. Maybe somebody wants to run a little Animar dinosaurs. Who knows? The new commander, Eshki, the Teamer commander precon, should be a really fun dinosaur commander too. Get some enrage triggers. Sagu Wildling. So this is a 5-mana 3/3 dragon with flying. When this creature enters, you gain 3 life. We did get to play this in pre-release. And it's got Roost Seek. Pay a green, sorcery omen, search library for a base land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. And then you would resolve the omen, and you would shuffle this into your library. So yeah, we've got Storm Shriek Feral. 5-mana 3/3 flying haste. It's the one that's got the pay 2 fire breathing, and it's got pay 2 discard a card if you do draw 2. Still as good as it was when we first pulled it, but this is a foil showcase. Look at that. I'm going to guess this is what? Justine Jones. Justine Jones, little magic trivia for you. She's an artist based out of Maryland who I went to the same middle school as. And yeah, she famously became a magic artist when she did the Kaleidoscope Killer's Secret Lair. That is the Secret Lair with the super bougie Sliver, Ur-Dragon, and Reaper King. Alright, we got our first full art mountain of the Ugin Shadow variety, the Dragon Shadow variety. So yeah, we got a little 2-headed Dragon Shadow here. It's a full art mountain foil. Alright, let's see what rares we got. Come on, Halo Foil Ugin. If we all say it, it will be spoken into existence. Anox Strike Leader. So this is a 2-mana 2/2 Dog Warrior.
It's a baby.
It's a baby. Whenever you attack with this creature and or your commander, for each opponent, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token tapped and attacking that player. Sacrifice this creature. Creature tokens you control gain indestructible until the end of turn. There's Clip Clop in chat. Speaking it into existence. Halo Foil. Halo Foil. Sirach Elusive Hunter. So, of course, this is our 3rd or 4th Sirach now.
Right.
It's a 3-mana legendary creature human warrior. 4/3. Can't be countered. Trample. Whenever a creature you control or a creature spell you control becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, draw a card. Very nice. Very nice. Anybody wants to counter your creatures? Well, they're going to have to... You're going to have to draw a card every time they try and counter your guy. Next up for pack number 5, we've got Windcrag Siege. So this is a Boros Siege. You choose Mardu or Jeskai. So it's 1 red, white. Mardu. If a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, That ability triggers an additional time. Ooh wee. Jeskai. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 red goblin creature. It gains lifelink and haste until the end of turn. Nice. Lifelink goblins. Alright, we got 2 more in pack number 5. Huzzah! Oh my gosh, it's a foil Felithar, Dawn of the Azban. So again, this is the Precon Abzan Commander card that's in the main set. So Felithar has a Precon Commander version. This is the Felithar that's in the main set. Abzan of the Dawn. He is a 3-mana, 3/3 legendary creature human warrior. Trample. Whenever Felithar enters or attacks, you may sacrifice a non-land permanent. When you do, put a counter on each creature you control. Wow. That is a spicy little boy. Detroit Sports Rules says, that card killed me in the pre-releases. Oh, no. All right, what's left for pack number 5? Halo Foil Ugin. Well, you know, we can't really be disappointed. We got an Elspeth Stormslayer foil. Elspeth Stormslayer, she's a 5-mana Elspeth with 5 loyalty. Her just static ability, if 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, create twice that many tokens instead. So yes, she is an anointed procession / doubling season for all your tokens. And then we've got roll up 1, create a 1/1 soldier token. 0, put a counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain flying until the end of turn. Whoa! And then her roll down, her -3, destroy target creature an opponent controls at mana value 3 or greater. Wow. Clip Clop says, she's so busted, you know I want it. Yeah, this card is strong. Okay, so basically for 1 mana more than Anointed Procession, you get these 3 abilities. Wow. Yeah, so her roll-up of a +1 is basically create 2 soldiers. Then you give your whole team +1/+1 in flying. And you get to murder a tricky, maybe a tricky little stacks piece or a commander with her roll down. That's great. Good stuff. All right. Let's get it going. Pack numero 6. All right. All right. Let's get in there with some more pack ASMR. Okay, and then as usual, we're going to slide our token out here. Okay, so pack 6, we've got a monk with prowess, double-faced, a 1/1 burb. Fire Extreme says, I want her for my soldier deck. Yeah, I bet. Imagine her and somebody like Darian, King of Keldor, just cranking out 1 million soldiers. Now you're cranking out 2 million soldiers. All right, we got Rugged Highlands. This is the Gruul Gainland. Nice little foil there. Lightfoot Technique, 2 mana instant. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature. It gains flying and indestructible until the end of turn. It is a great little way to like chump block a dragon and not get smacked for 6 or more. And there's a great little way to battle into maybe a death touch or something perhaps. Or maybe you got the win and that flying just wins you the game. So yeah, it's a great little combat trick. And it's only 2 mana, so that might trigger your flurry. For all you Jeskai players. Sultai Devotee. This is my favorite of the Devotees. I had 2 of these in my deck last night at pre-release. It's a 2 mana 2/1 zombie snake druid death touch. Pay 1, add a black, a green, or a blue. Activate only once each turn. So yeah, 2 mana, 2 power death touch, and it filters your mana for Sultai. What's not to love? What's not to love? Hey, another Boulder-born dragon. Nice, nice. So again, this is a 5 mana 3/3 flying vigilance battle surveil 1. Great little artifact generic dragon. We got Krumar Initiate. This guy's really spicy. 2 mana 2/2 human cleric. Pay X mana in black. Tap. Pay X life. This creature endures X. Activate only as a sorcery. So either put X counters on it or you create an XX white spirit creature token. Yeah, it's a really, really good ability, really strong. Pay life for an XX. I mean, there's a lot of situations where you might want to pay 5 life and make a 5/5 creature. And it's just great card advantage. You don't even have to really do anything. Yeah, very, very useful guy. Ureni's Rebuff. So this is 2 mana, sorcery, return target creature to its owner's hand. I think this is our first Harmonize on stream. So, yeah. Harmonize 5 and a blue. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its Harmonize cost. You may tap a creature you control to reduce the cost by X, where X is its power, then exile the spell. So it's flashback. Some of them have a really, really high cost, but you could just tap a guy and make them cost less equal to its power. Host of the Hereafter. This is probably one of the strongest uncommons in the entire set. Host of Hereafter. It's a 4 mana Golgari zombie warlock. So it's a 2/2 that enters the battlefield with 2+1/+1 counters. So it's already a 4/4 for 4 that's a zombie warlock. Whenever this creature or another creature you control dies, if it had counters on it, put its counters on up to 1 target creature you control. So this is kind of ridiculous for a few reasons. Obviously, it gets counters, and when it dies, you move the counters. But it doesn't say +1/+1 counters. It says if it had counters. Well, in this set, you can get lifelink counters. You can get flying counters. You can get death touch counters. So if it had counters on it. So this is amazing for decks that have ability counters, like Tarkir Dragonstorm, like Ikoria. So maybe we'll see people play more of these Ikoria cards that give menace counters and death touch counters and all that stuff. But yeah, we had 2 of these guys in our pre-release last night. Definitely did a lot of work. So here we've got a Keru Goldkeeper Showcase. This is another card in my Sultai pre-release. 4 mana dragon 3/3 flying. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard during your turn, create a treasure. Renew for 5. So you exile this guy out of your graveyard. Target creature you control gets +2/+2 counters and flying. Yeah, this is awesome. You put 2 +1/+1 counters and a flying counter on a creature. So yeah, again, this really combos with this guy right here. Because if that guy's out and, you know, the creature that you pump dies, you literally just get to put the 2 +1/+1 counters and the flying counter on another creature. Black Raven says, has anyone pulled an Elspeth? Well, other than us, no.
I was gonna say, you pulled my Elspeth,
Yeah.
Joel.
Sonic Shriekers. This is the Mardu 5-drop again. Still is a mini Blightning. 4/4 flying. When it enters, deals 2 damage to any target, gain 2 life. If you deal damage to a player this way, they discard a card. Hey, Full Art Forest. Alright, we got Shadow of a Dragon here. Foil Full Art Forest. Now, let's see what rares we've got in pack number 6. We're almost halfway through this collector booster. Pack 6. Stillness of Motion. 2 mana enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, mill 3 cards. Then, if your library has no cards in it, exile this enchantment and put 5 cards from your graveyard on top of your library in any order. So it's kind of like a mill yourself Doomsday, if you will. Yeah, it's a fun little 2 mana card. Very, very fun times. Within Range. So this is a 4 mana enchantment. When this enchantment enters, create 2 1/1 red warrior creature tokens. Whenever you attack, each opponent loses life equal to the number of creatures attacking them. Yeah, I mean, Mardu is all about making 1/1s. This makes 1/1s. This would be great in a deck like Najeela, for example. Not that that deck really needs any help, but hey, this is a great card that you could just run out. Najeela on 3, Within Range on 4. Maybe you're playing Power Bracket 2, Power Bracket 3 Najeela. A fun time indeed. Dragonologist. She's a 3 mana 1/3 human wizard. When this creature enters, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal an instant sorcery or dragon card from among them, put it on your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. Untapped dragons you control have hexproof. Yikes. This is a spicy little wizard, indeed. So yeah, just looking at the top 6, getting an instant sorcery or dragon. Pretty powerful effect. All Alright, we've got the Green Village, Kishla Village. So, enters tapped unless you control an island or a swamp. So it's the Sultai land. Tap, add a green. Pay 4, tap, surveil 2. Great effect. You know, you keep a couple mana up for a counter spell maybe. And at their end step, you can surveil 2 before you untap. Alright, pack 6. What have we got? Foil, Mistrise Village. Hey, this is a spicy little card. This is a foil, borderless Mistrise Village. This guy's seeing a lot of play. So this is the Teamer one. Comes into play tapped unless you control a mountain or a forest. Taps for a blue. Pay 1 blue, tap. The next spell you cast this turn can't be countered. This is a commander powerhouse. Your commander could be countered, can't be countered. Your Thoracle can't be countered. Your Demonic Consultation can't be countered. This thing is super strong. Fire Extreme says, this is the best one. Yes. That Mistrise Village is a bomb, folks. Alright. Let's get going. We're going to the bottom half of the pack, folks. Bases are loaded. Alright. Ellie's our little good luck charm. She's going to crack a pack for us here. We're going to just keep alternating. I'll do pack number 7.
Let us make
Pack
go.
number 7. Alright. We've got a foil bird token. We got a 1/1 bird and a prowess monk. Alright, we got a Ration Sunshield. This is a 4 mana 3/4. When it enters, exile up to 2 cards from a single graveyard. Pay 1, tap target creature. So yeah, we got a little master decoy, if you will. This is a good one. We got a Sandskidder Outrider, 4 mana 2/1 menace. When this creature enters, it endures 2. So this is either a 4/3 for 4 with menace, or you get a 2/2 spirit. Sagu Pummeler, 4 mana 4/4 reach. It's got pay 5, renew. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put 2 counters and a reach counter on target creature. Activate only as a sorcery. Yeah, so this guy's great. Clip Clop says, that land is spicy. Yes, Boseiju, they're stealing your lunch. So, Teamer Tawny Back. So, Tawny Back is a very popular card right now. Probably going to see a lot of play. So, Tawny Back is another Teamer hybrid. So, as you can see here, you could either pay 3 or you could pay into the hybrids if you don't have the mana fixing. But, yeah, basically, this guy is at 4/3 for 3. When this creature enters, draw a card, discard a card. Great little loot effect. Looting on a 4/3 for 3. Yeah, it just does work. It's card advantage. So here we've got a Mardu boy, the Zergo's Vanguard. 3 mana X3. It's got mobilize 1. When it attacks, you create a tap 1/1 warrior. This creature's power is equal to the number of creatures you control. So presumably when it's attacking, it's at least a 2/3 for 3. But knowing Mardu, you're probably going to have 8 guys on the battlefield, right? Alright, so here we've got a little chest guy. Let's see if we can get that into focus. Effortless Master. A 4 mana 4/3 orc monk. Vigilance and menace. This creature enters with 2 counters on it if you've cast 2 or more spells this turn. So yeah, turn 5, you play a little 1 mana spell, and boom, you got a 6/5 Vigilance Menace. Just a mid-range beater, winning your draft, just smashing your opponents to death. Oh, this is a good one. We got Lie in Wait. So this is Sultai, sorcery. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Lie in Wait deals damage equal to the card's power to target creature. If only we could get that in focus. But yeah, Lie in Wait. Gravedigger a guy, and then deal damage equal to its power to target creature. So we're almost done with pack 7. On our way to the next Twitch giveaway. Breaching Dragonstorm. Man, what is going on with this thing? Breaching Dragonstorm. Come on.
Smudge it off, babe.
Nightbot going ham in chat, telling you all the information. Breaching Dragonstorm. It is a 5 mana enchantment. When it enters, exile cards from the top of your library to exile non-land. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. If that spell's mana value is 8 or less. If you don't, put that card in your hand. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. So yeah, fun little thing. You rip off the top 2 hidden non-land, cast it for free. When a dragon enters, put it back in your hand. Zepter Thing says, Nightbot wants to win. Oh, Nightbot's got a history of trying to win our giveaways, I'll tell you. So yeah, let's see.
Nightbot has actually won our giveaways several times.
Yeah, of course, all joking aside, Nightbot can't win the giveaway. Okay. Logitech, why you do this?
We need a new flipping...
Alright, well, get out on the street. Start making some webcam money, woman. I'm going to have to sell feet pics for us to get a new webcam.
Well, am I going to have to...
Disruptive Stormbrood. This is a 5 mana 3/3 flying. When this creature enters, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment. Petty Revenge. Pay 2. Omen. Sorcery. Destroy a creature. Power 3 or less. Lots of power 3 or greater removal. This is a power 3 or less removal. How about that? Moral of the story, 3 drops are going to die a lot in this format. We've got a full art island with Ugin's shadow on it. Ooh la la. Then we've got the Laseed Prowler. This is a 4 mana 5/5 Snake Ranger. When this creature enters, you may mill cards equal to the number of lands you control. It's got Renew for 2. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put X counters on target creature where X is the number of lands in your graveyard. Very fun for a little lands deck. Maybe you're playing Sultai. Maybe you're on Sidisi. Maybe you're playing Naya. Maybe you're playing like Hazazon. Maybe you're playing Muldrotha. I mean, that could even go in like Omnath, Locust of Rage if you've been sacrificing lands. Okay, next up, we've got Adaptive Training Post Borderless. So this is a commander card. It's a 3 mana artifact. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell, if this artifact has fewer than 3 charge counters on it, put a charge counter on it. Remove 3 charge counters from this artifact. Your next instant or sorcery spell, copy it. Choose new targets for the copy. So yeah, every 3 spells, you get a free copy of a spell. Lots of ways to proliferate charge counters, etc. Good stuff. Next up, we got one of these black showcases here. We got Nature's Rhythm. Let's see if we can get this thing in focus here. Nature's Rhythm. X green sorcery. Search your library for a creature card, mana value X or less, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. Harmonize for X green. So you always have to pay the 4, but if you tap a guy, the generic could be free. Great question from Black Raven. Which Omnath is best for landfall decks? Well, it's really tricky, you know. I mean, mono green is strong, green red is strong, teamer is strong, 4 colors strong. 5 color is probably the weakest for landfall decks because there's not a lot of 3 color lands matters cards. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of work you can do. Ureni, the Song Unending Showcase. What a magnificent dragon. So, Ureni, the Song Unending is a 5 generic 3 teamer 10/10. If we can get it to focus. It's so big. It's such a massive creature. We can't even get it in the frame.
Should I do the thing now?
No. Such a colossal spirit dragon. Literally cannot bring it into frame. Here we go. Ureni, the Song Unending. 8 mana legendary creature spirit dragon. It's a 10/10. Flying. Protection from white. Protection from black. When it enters, it deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and/or planeswalkers your opponents control, where X is the number of lands you control. This is the best Omnath for landfall. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, this is a showcase, so it's got cool little gold dragon scales and wings all over it. And yeah, this is the Teamer Spirit Dragon from the new set. Last but not least, a Sirach Elusive Hunter Black Showcase Foil. Alright, so yeah, if you hate people targeting your creatures and your spells, This guy draws you a card every time they do it. It's a 4/3 for 3. Can't be countered with trample. Super strong, super pushed. All right, folks. Pack number 8. Remember our giveaway. You got to look out. We're going pack 12. It's the Twitch giveaway. Hang in there, folks. So we've got a Goblin token and a Warrior. Hatchling says, looks like you've had great luck tonight. Yeah, lots of great stuff. Clip-Clop says, that Saruk is dope. Halo foil. Halo foil, yeah. We've not been chanting Halo foil, everybody. We're forgetting. Fire Extreme says, that Saruk can lose you the game if your opponent has a Bowmaster. Yes, it can. It's pretty funny. So Riverwalk Technique is a 4-mana instant. Choose one. Owner of a non-land permanent puts it on the top or bottom, or counter a non-creature spell. So yeah, good stuff. We got a shuffle it back into the deck, basically, or counter a non-creature. So yeah, good utility. It is a 4-drop, but you know, it's nice to have options. Yeah, the Sarok Bowmaster trigger combo is pretty rough, but then again, if you're in a multicolor deck, presumably you draw your entire deck but like 5 cards, and you proceed to kill their Bowmaster and win the game because you draw on your whole deck. Hey, it's our first Tempest Hawk, that thing I need 33 of. Tempest Hawk, 3 mana 2/2. Creature, bird, flying. When this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may search your library for a card named Tempest Hawk, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle. A deck can have any number of cards named Tempest Hawk. So for those of you who have been on our channel for a while, you'll know that I am a huge fan of cards you can have any number of in your deck. And so we are on the hunt to build a Tempest Hawk deck, just like all of our Heir Apparent decks, just like our Tempest Knight decks, or our Templar Knight decks, our Slime Against Humanity decks. We are fans of a deck can have any number of the named card. That's our first one. Next up, Worthy Cost. 1 black sorcery. As an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature. Exile target creature or planeswalker. So yeah, it's like a Bone Splinters, but it exiles creatures and planeswalkers. So yeah, it's really powerful. Second main phase. If you're in Mardu, you have a bunch of 1/1 warriors that are going to die at the end of turn anyway. Great value. Exiling Bone Splinters. Seize Opportunity. This is a 3-mana instant. Choose one. Exile the top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. Up to 2 target creatures. Each get +2/+1 until the end of turn. So yeah, this is instant speed 4 damage, or instant speed exile 2 guys. You can play them until the end of the next turn. Clip-Clop says, I've got an opportunity you can seize. Lol. Next up, Opulent Palace for all you Sultai players.
Clip-Clop, I won't tell Maria.
Hey-o. So we got tapped land, Opulent Palace. Alright, here we've got the Attuned Hunter. This is a 3-mana 3/3 Human Ranger with Trample. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard during your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. He's another Renews Matters guy. Just a 3/3 trample for 3 that likes you to renew your creatures. Okay, so we've got another dragon with an omen. We've got Purging Stormbreed. 5 mana 4/4. Can we get it to focus? The dark cards don't work so great. Shinies are hard for cameras. Whoa, Zephyr thing says, seize these nuts. Clip-Clop says, at least the art in this set is very magic. Yeah, we got to get a palette cleanser because we're going to have Final Fantasy and Spider-Man and Avatar The Last Airbender. So enjoy your magic art while you can, folks. So yeah, like I said, 5 mana 4/4, flying ward, pay 2 life. When this creature enters, remove all counters from up to 1 target creature. Then we have the Omen, Absorb Essence. So Absorb Essence is an instant Omen. Target creature gets +2/+2, lifelink, and hexproof. It's a crazy combat trick. Then we have another Sagu Wilding. He's the guy that can go search for a land for 1 green, or he's a 3/3 flying that when he enters you gain 3 life. Nice little showcase. A foil feral Death Gorger. He's the flying Death Touch that whenever he enters you exile up to 2 cards from target player's graveyard. Then he's got put a counter on a guy, draw a card, Omen. Fire Extreme says we might need more backlight. Go ahead and just flip the light back on, babe. Also, point that phone over here, please.
Give me a second.
Yep, it takes 1 second.
No, it takes several minutes.
Alrighty. Next up, we've got a Dragon Eyeball Land.
What did you...
So we've got a forest, a full art foil forest.
Okay, back.
So this is a foil full art forest. This is the Dragon Eyeball ones. Look at that. Boom. Bougie, bougie, bougie. A pretty penny to foil out your Dragon Commander deck with those. Let's get into these rares. Got Mardu Siege Breaker. This is a 4 mana 4/4. Death Touch Haste. When this creature enters, exile up to 1 other target creature you control until this creature leaves the battlefield. Whenever this creature attacks, for each opponent, create a tap token attacking that opponent. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice those tokens. So yeah, this guy's insane. There's a lot of creatures you can exile, like a Geist Honored Monk or a Hero Blade Hold, something like that. And you can just get like some really big creatures. You put them into play, tap them, attacking each opponent. Yeah, it's just really strong. So yeah, Mardu Siege Breaker. Probably going to see somebody try to murder players like Terror of the Peaks, something like that. You can just exile a Terror of the Peaks, put 3 Terror of the Peaks into play, and, you know, basically just deal 30 damage. Redoubled Storm Singer is a 3 mana Orc Wizard with first strike, guys. It's a 3/3 first strike. Whenever this creature attacks, for each creature token you control that enter the battlefield this turn, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of that token. At the beginning of your next end step, sacrifice those tokens. Black Raven says, I want 20 of each of the Dragon Islands, but that price. Yeah, that price, though. It is rough. We got Zurgo Thunder's Decree. So this is the main set Zurgo, not to be confused with the Commander Zurgo. Thunder's Decree, 3 mana 2/4, mobilize 2. During your end step, warrior tokens you control have this token can't be sacrificed. So yeah, your warriors can't be sacrificed. So you just keep all your mobilized guys. Very good if you're going to be going wide with mobilize. Kotus the Fangkeeper. So this is the Sultai commander that's in the main set. Kotus the Fangkeeper is a 4 mana 2/1 indestructible zombie warrior. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, exile the top X cards of their library, where X is the amount of damage you dealt. You may cast any number of spells mana value X or less without paying their mana cost. So this is a Villainous Wealth. So if you get through for 2 damage, you literally look at the top 2, exile the top 2, you can play anything mana value 2 or less. So you can cast 2 2-drops if you get lucky. But yeah, this guy's insane. If you pump him up, you know, you smash him for like 10 commander, get to play the top 10 cards of their library, cast the top 10 mana value 10 or less. So yeah, Kotus is a fun Voltron commander who just steals the cards off your opponent's deck. Halo Foil. Halo Foil. Alright, we got Rediscover the Way. This is the one we were talking about earlier. I had to play against it pre-release. Look at the top 3. Put 1 in your hand, rest on bottom. Chapter 1. Same thing for Chapter 2. Chapter 3. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell this turn, target creature you control gains double strike until the end of turn. This is a nasty, nasty saga for all those Jeskai players. Yeah, and then, of course, Fire Extreme points out Indestructible to boot. Yeah, this thing's ridiculous. As a Voltron commander for Sultai having Indestructible, it gives you the ability to just play every board wipe you want, and your commander can't die. Alright, let's get something extra spicy here. Let's get our token up front. Alrighty, we're packing another spirit here on top. So we got a 2/2 spirit and a 1/1 spirit. So this is pack number 9, folks. No, pack number 8. Sorry, pack number 8. So we've got the Windscarred Crag. So it's a red-white Gainland. We've got the Disker Island Dragon again. That's the Flying Ward 2 that can tap a guy, draw a card, omen. Got Shock Brigade. 2 mana 1/3 Menace. Mobilize 1. Good chassis Goblin Soldier. Monastery Messengers. This is the Sultai Flying Vigilance 2/3. When this creature enters, put up to 1 non-creature, non-land card from your graveyard on top of your library. This card's a really good card to play with those sagas. Getting to run the saga out, and then after you ult the saga, play this guy later in the game, and just put that saga back on top of your deck so you can get a bunch of card advantage. Next up, we've got the Corroding Dragonstorm. This is the Black Dragonstorm. Only 2 mana. When this enchantment enters, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Surveil 2. Whenever dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. Descendant of Storms. This is a 1 mana 2/1 human soldier. Whenever this creature attacks, you may pay 2. If you do, it endures 1. You either put a counter on it, or you can put a 1/1 spirit into play. Inspired Vanguard. 5 mana human soldier, 3/2. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, it endures 2. Put 2 counters on it, or you can put a 2/2 spirit into play. So that guy, it's really good because it's enters or attacks. So it's basically a 5/4 for 5. And the first turn you attack with it, it'll be a 7/6 for 5. Really strong. Purging Stormbrood Showcase. 5 mana 4/4 flying ward, pay 2 life. When this creature enters, remove all counters from up to 1 creature. Absorb Essence is a white omen. +2/+2 lifelink and hexproof. Very strong. Very strong Orzhov card. A foil Showcase Storm Shriek Feral. So this is another foil Storm Shriek Feral. Of course, it's the Flying Haste 3/3. Pay 2 fire breathing. Discard a card if you do, draw 2. Then we've got a full art foil forest. So many bougie cards. Closing in on our next giveaway here, folks. Corey Steel Cutter. 2 mana equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 trample haste. Flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, create a 1/1 monk with prowess. You may attach this equipment to it. And it equips for only 2. So yeah, it's not bad. 1/1 trample haste for 2 equip. Alright, what's our next rare? We need to chant Halo Foil. Halo Foil. Will of the Abzan. This is a 4 mana modular sorcery. Commander card, of course. Choose 1 if you control your commander. Do both. Any number of target opponents each sacrifice their greatest power creature and lose 3 life. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Ooh-wee. Yeah, Will of the Abzan. Edict every player. They lose 3 life. They lose their biggest guy. And you reanimate a guy for 4 mana. Very, very strong. Fangkeeper's Familiar. This is a 4 mana 3/3 snake with flash. When this creature enters, choose 1. Gain 3 life and surveil 3. Destroy target enchantment. Counter target creature spell. Ooh la la! That black showcase looks awesome. Alrighty, next up, another borderless Dalvokan Encampment. This is the one that you basically mobilize 2. You pay 3 and you get 2 tapped and attacking warriors. You sacrifice at the next end step. And last for pack number 8, Yathin Roadwatcher. This is that 4 mana guy who enters and you mill 4, and then you reanimate a mana value 3 or less creature back to the battlefield. So yeah, solid cards. Okay, We got 2 more packs to go before the giveaway, folks. 2 more packs before our last giveaway of the night. All right, let's get our token. Okie dokie. We're starting off with a prowess monk and a bird. Watcher of the Wayside. This is a 3-mana artifact creature golem 3/2. When this creature enters, target player mills 2 and you gain 2 life. So this guy's great for Sultai or like Mardu if you're trying to reanimate. But yeah, 3-mana 3/2. Can't really complain. Agent of Kotus. This is a solid little creature for blocking especially. Just a 2-mana 2/1. But you can renew it, pay 4 out of your graveyard. You exile this card from your graveyard, put 2 counters on target creature, activate only as a sorcery. This is 2 +1/+1 counters in your graveyard, guys. This guy does some serious work. Had 2 of those in my pre-release kit. They definitely helped close out some games. Pumping up dragons, pumping up mid-range creatures with 2 +1/+1 counters. Black Raven asks, what lands are in the play boosters? You know, I don't remember. I want to say you have normal lands and you have a chance to pull borderless lands. The full arts, I don't know if you can get the dragon and the dragon shadow. I'm not sure. Adorned Crocodile. This is a 5-mana 5/3 crocodile. When this creature enters, create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token. Renew. 1 black. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put a counter on target creature. Just good value if it's in your graveyard already. Black Raven says, even though I watched all the spoiler season for Dragonstorm, I can't remember what all there is, so every card's a surprise. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I watched the full spoilers too, and I'm still misremembering cards. Wild Ride. 1 red sorcery. Target creature gets +3/+0 and haste. Busted. Got Harmonized for 5. Who doesn't love to give a creature +3/+0 and haste? Especially in Jeskai where you're trying to flurry. Fire Extreme says, I think the Dragonizer collector only. Okay. Starry-Eyed Skyrider is a 3-mana 1/3 flying human scout. When this creature enters, another target creature you control gains flying until the end of turn. Attacking tokens you control have flying. So yeah, all your attacking tokens get flying, which this card's kind of a game changer when it comes to Mardu. All those mobilized guys are going to be in the air, which is really hard to answer. Overwhelming Surge. So this is a 3-mana instant, choose 1 or both. Deal 3 damage to target creature, destroy a non-creature artifact. Oof. Clip Clop says, making tacos and listening to Joel's sweet voice. Oh, baby. Taco Sunday. Every day is a taco day when you're Darth Clip Clop. Stalwart Successor. This is another Golgari boy. He's a 3-mana human warrior for 3/2. Menace. When 1 or more counters are put on a creature you control, if it's the first time counters have been put on that creature this turn, put a counter on that creature. So it's basically a Hardened Scales type effect, but it's on a 3-power menace 3-drop. Power Creep. Oh, we got a Showcase Whirlwing Stormbrood. This is a 5-mana 4/3 flash flying. You may cast sorcery spells and dragon spells as though they had flash. And then it's got a Green Omen Dynamic Soar. Put 3 counters on target creature you control. That's wild. 3 mana. Put 3 counters on a creature you control. Clip Pop says, every day is taco day at Taco Bell. Then we have a Showcase Dirger Island Dragons. That's the Flying Ward 2 boy. Then we have a Ugin Island. Alright. Sorry folks, my allergies have been killing me. I've been muting my mic to sneeze all night. Alright, so for rares in pack number 9, we've got Dalvoken Encampment. Who doesn't like Red Warriors? Najeela players rejoice. So many new warrior cards. Hey, here we go. Baator Ancestor's Voice. This is a 5-mana 3/5 legendary creature spirit dragon. Of course, this spicy boy is the one of the face commanders of the Abzan Commander precon. So it's a flying lifelink at the beginning of your end step. Put a number of 1/1 counters on up to one target creature equal to the amount of life you gain this turn. Then return up to one target creature card with mana value less than or equal to the amount of life you lost this turn from your graveyard to the battlefield. So +1/+1 counters equal to life gain at the end of the turn. Reanimate a guy mana value less than the amount of life you've lost this turn. So very spicy life gain, life loss commander. Fun times will be had. Buy your tainted sigils while you can, folks. Oh, we got another dual face card. Heck yeah. So we've got Rediscover the Way again. Look at the top 3. Look at the top 3. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, target creature gains double strike. This card's ridiculous. So let's check out the arts here. We've got Bloom Vine Regent. This is another dual face card. So it's a 5-mana 4/3. Whenever this creature or another dragon you control enters, gain 3 life. Then it's got pay 3, claim territory. Search your library for up to 2 basic forests. Put one on the battlefield, tap the other in your hand. So it's cultivate for 2 forests. Okay? So we've got this art here. This silly little guy with the butterflies. And then we got this guy here. Angry. Alright. Nice. Okay. Last but not least, pack number 9. Ha! Jeskai Revelation. 7 mana instant. Return target spell or permanent to its owner's hand. Deal 4 damage to any target. Create 2 1/1 white monks with prowess. Draw 2 cards. Gain 4 life. This card should just say, do all the things. Hatchling says, the art here is great. Best looking set in a minute. Fire Extreme says, did it say basic forest or just a forest? I believe it's 2 basic forests. Let's take another look. Search your library for up to 2 basic forest cards, reveal them, put one on the battlefield tapped, the other in your hand. You have 3 mana, double basic forest cultivate on that dragon. But yeah, this one looks awesome, of course. And yeah, it's just 7 mana, do 16 different things. So that's awesome. So this is our last pack before the giveaway, folks. Last pack. Make sure you're typing in chat every 15 minutes. That's the only way that Nightbot will pick you as the winner here. You just gotta type in the chat 15 minutes or less before the giveaway. Alright. Some collector booster ASMR. Okay, let's check out our token. Whoa, 4/4 flying dragon. Don't mind if I do. Ooh la la. Warrior. Nice. Warrior and a dragon. Delta Bloodflies. It's a 2 mana 1/2 flying insect. When this creature attacks, if you control a creature with a counter on it, each opponent loses 1 life. Very nice for the Abzan deck. Sib-Sig Appraiser. 3 mana 2/1 zombie advisor. When this creature enters, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them in your hand and the other in your graveyard. Good little milling, surveilling, deck thinning. Osseous Exhale. 2 mana instant. Additional cost to cast this, you may behold a dragon. Deals 5 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. If a dragon was beheld, you gain 2 life. A nice little upside with the gaining life. I mean, 2 life isn't really going to make or break it. Black Raven says, what's your pet card? Thanks for the stream, y'all. My pet card is probably Slime Against Humanity. I currently have 4 Slime Against Humanity decks. I love committing Slimes Against Humanity. Sarkhan's Resolve. 2 mana instant. Target creature gets +3/+3 until the end of turn. or destroy target creature with flying. Ooh la la. This is a great card because this set has 1,000,000 dragons in it. Fleeting Effigy. So this is a 1-mana elemental with haste. It's a 2/2. At the beginning of your end step, return this creature to its owner's hand. Pay 3. This creature gets +2/+0 until the end of turn. Black Raven says Dark Depths in every deck. Now that is what I'm talking about. That is one hell of a pet card. All right. Glad to hear it. Corey Mountain Stalwart. So this is a 3-mana human monk 3/3 flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, this creature deals 2 damage to each opponent and you gain 2 life. That's a great little gutter snipe. Great little way for you to blast your opponents down and gain some life in the process. Another Keru Goldkeeper. 4-mana 3/3 dragon. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard during your turn, create a treasure. Pay 5, renew. Exile this. Get 2 1/1 counters and a flying counter on target creature. Black Raven says, never successfully used it yet. Well, you want to check out the Commander Legends Omo deck with everything counters. Because that deck has a bunch of different ways to cheat out a Merit Leech token off of Dark Depths. Storm Shriek Feral again, the Flying Haste Fire Breathing Boy that you can discard a card and draw 2. Riling Dawnbreaker Foil Showcase. Ooh, look at that. Sharp. But yeah, this is the Flying Vigilance guy that gives +1/+0 in combat and creates a 2/2 with his Omen. Ooh. Foil Full Art Swamp. This is a good one. It's kind of hard to see on stream, but there's a lot of purple in this one. Purple and blue in your swamp. That's my favorite thing is purple swamps. Alright, let's see what rares we got here. We've got Yathin Roadwatcher, a 4-mana 3/3. Whenever it enters, if you cast it, mill 4. Return a creature, mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. This guy is fantastic value. A 3/3 plus a mill plus a free 3-drop creature. Our next rare, Zenith Festival. Red X sorcery. Exile top X to your library. You may play them until the end of your next turn. And it's got Harmonized for Red X. It's good stuff. Black Raven says, love this set. Started my addiction in OG Tarkir block. Ooh, next up we got a Showcase Blacked Out Anafenza, Unyielding Lineage. So this is like Anafenza 5.0, I think. Something like that. It's like the 5th Anafenza. So we have a 3-mana 2/2 Spirit Soldier with Flash and First Strike. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, Anafenza endures 2. So that's either 2 +1/+1 encounters or a 2/2 Spirit. Yeah, look at her. She is just an amber lady. Clip Clop says, definitely the 17th Anafenza. All right. Pack number... What are we on? Pack 11 right now? All right. Pack 11. Boom. Great Arashan City. So again, this is the Abzan land. The Abzan land, tap for black. Pay 2 tap, exile a creature from a graveyard, get a 1/1 spirit creature token. So this is nice for like chump blockers. It's really the exiling land or exiling stuff out of your graveyard. There's a couple values you can get out of that, like the Keru Goldkeeper, for example, generating treasures off of that. Black Raven says, one day soon, and a tribal deck. Yeah, if you have humans and spirits, pretty much all the Anafenzas work together if you're playing like White Weenie. So our last card of pack 11, we're on to the giveaway now. Oh my god.
What did you just
pull? We
pull?
got a Japanesey Ugin. Holy crap.
Holy.
All right, folks, you see it here.
Sugar biscuits. Why don't we pull that up?
A Japanese Eugene. So let's price check this before we get on to the giveaway. We got our last pack right here. What in the world? How much is this? Is this worth a bunch of money? Are we rich? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to flip over here and we're going to go to TCG Player. We're going to look up Eugene. The problem is he's in Japanese. I don't know his freaking name. Does anybody know his name in chat?
What?
The Ugin that is Japanese.
Well, here, hand it to me.
Good thing we have Ellie, our little foreign translator here.
Eye of the Storm Ugin.
Fire Extreme says, I give you about 350. Eye of the Storm Ugin. Thank you for translating. Love of my life.
Well, Arashi means storm. May.
So how do we tell the difference from a halo foil and a showcase foil? So let's see. Here on TCG Player, it says Japanese is $80. So look at that. $85.74. Ooh la la. Well, that'll help pay for this collector booster, indeed. Okay, so yeah, we got a Japanese showcase foil Ugin Eye of the Storms. Nice. So, we didn't chant Halo foil, so we didn't get the Halo foil. That's on us. We forgot. But yeah, if we got a Halo foil, look at this, everybody. It would be $370. Isn't that crazy? Boom. So just to remind everybody what this totally busted insane card does. Whenever you cast this spell, exile up to one target permanent that's one or more colors. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, exile up to one target permanent that's one or more colors. Roll up 2, gain 3 life and draw a card. 0, add 3 generic mana. Roll down 11. Search your library for any number of colorless non-land cards. Exile them, shuffle. Until end of turn, you may cast those cards without paying their mana costs. Woo-wee! Yep, so that is a big boy card indeed. So we do not have the Halo foil from what I've seen. The Halo foil, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't seem Halo-rific. Clip Clop says, not magic related, my baby is so freaking adorable. Indeed.
Yes! Yes, she is!
Is it like textured? Does anybody know? Alright, let's just look it up. MTG, how to tell if Halo foil. I mean, whether it's $80 or $320, seems good. Swirling rainbow effect on the card. I don't know. I don't think it is. I think it's just a regular old crazy showcase Ugin. But yeah, that's good to know. Okie dokie. Alright, back to your regularly scheduled pack cracking.
How many? More.
We are on to our giveaway, folks. This is our giveaway pack right here. Can we get a Halo foil Ugin? That is the question. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Alright. For all the jelly beans in the jar. Come on, big pulls. So this is where it's at, folks. All you got to do is type in a chat in the next 15 minutes. That's all you got to do, folks. Type in a chat, 15 minutes. Ooh la la. You got this. Alrighty. Last pack. Twitch giveaway. Spirit token. 2-2. Spirit token. 1-1. Actually, we'll just set all our cards right here for the giveaway. Right here next to it. How's that? Let's see. I'm ready. Let's go. Ready. I'm not ready. LOL. Alright. So we've got Ringing Strike Mastery. 1 mana enchant creature. Tap it. Doesn't untap. Has pay 5. Untap this creature. Great little 1 mana Claustrophobia. Bearer of Glory. Human Soldier. 2 mana. 2/1. During your turn. Has first strike. Pay 5 creatures you control. Get +1/+1. Narset's Rebuke. 5 mana. Instant. Deals 5 damage to target creature. Add Jeskai to your mana pool. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead. A nasty little removal spell. Reigning Victor. This is a Mardu hybrid. You can see there. It's got the 2 generic mana. Mardu Hybrid 3/3 for 3, mobilize 1. Whenever this creature enters, target creature gets +1/+0 and gains indestructible until the end of turn. Sultai Monument, 2 mana uncommon. When this artifact enters, search your library for a basic swamp, forest, or island. Reveal, put it in your hand. Pay 5, sacrifice this artifact. Create 2/2/2 black zombie druid creature tokens. Static Snare. This is a 5 mana enchantment with flash. Cost 1 less to cast for each attacking creature. When this enters, exile target artifact or creature an opponent controls until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. That's right, folks. 1 mana Oblivion Ring if they battle you with 4 guys, which is very easy if they're playing Mobilize. Dragon Sniper. 1 mana human archer 1/1. Vigilance. Reach. Death Touch. Ooh-wee. Indominus Rex rejoices. Encroaching Dragonstorm. 4 mana enchantment. When it enters, search your library for up to 2 basics. Put them on the battlefield tapped. Shuffle. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. So this is an explosive vegetation that you get back every time a dragon enters the battlefield under your control, folks. And a foil Encroaching Dragonstorm showcase. So we have 2 Encroaching Dragonstorm showcases here for our giveaway. Alright, a foil full art forest. Nice, foil full art forest. We have a lot of green cards in our giveaway pack. Alright, our first rare, Sinkhole Surveyor. Sinkhole Surveyor is a 2 mana 1/3 bird scout. Flying. When this creature attacks, you lose 1 life, and this creature endures 1. Either put a counter on it or make a 1/1 spirit. So that is a 2 mana flyer that just gets bigger every turn. Bone Devourer. Alright, this is a 4 mana dragon 2/2 with flash and flying. This creature enters with a number of counters on it equal to the number of creatures that died this turn. When this creature dies, you draw X cards and lose X life or X number of counters on it. Whoa, that is legit. Okay, so you play it after a board wipe, it gets a bunch of counters. Whenever it dies, you just draw a bunch of cards and lose a bunch of life. Alright. Lotus Light Dancers. Heyo, who doesn't love tutors? This is a 5 mana Sultai Zombie Bard. It's a 3/6 lifelink. When this creature enters, search your library for a black card, a green card, and a blue card. Put those cards into your graveyard, then shuffle. So yeah, triple graveyard tutor. There's a lot of fun combos with that. Like you can get a card like Expropriate that gives you extra turns. You can get an Eternal Witness, and then you can get an extra card, whatever black card you like, maybe a Ritual perhaps, or a board wipe, and you can put them all in your graveyard. Really fun. United Battlefront Showcase. 4 mana sorcery. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put up to 2 non-creature, non-land permanent cards, mana value 3 or less, from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. Top 7, 2 non-creatures, 3 or less into play. So this is a lot like United Battlefront is like a collected company for planeswalkers, enchantments, artifacts, battles. Alright, last but not least for our giveaway, folks. Foil Showcase Warden of the Grove. Alright, this is a 3 mana 2/2 Hydra again. Beginning of your end step, you put a counter on this guy. Whenever another non-token creature enters, it endures X, where X is a number of counters on this creature. Alright, folks. I'm going to remind everybody this is your last chance to type into chat. Last chance. I'm going to type it in the chat right now. Last chance, folks. So let's go ahead and shrink down our little screen here. Oh, whoops. All right. Okay, so let's go down there. Let's go up here. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so okay, so we have got all of these fine people here. Hatchling, Detroit, Inactive, Dylan, Zepter, Silent Bomb, Fire Extreme, Black Raven, Pickens, Clip Clop, Zarku, Big Boss. So, if you see your name on here, and if you don't see your name on here, or your name is crossed off, this is your last chance, folks. We're going to do a countdown. So, Hatchling, Detroit, Zepter, Silent Bomb, Fire Extreme, Black Raven, Clip Clop, Zarku. Those are all the people eligible for the giveaway.
Would you like to see me stream next week? Shout it out in the comments what you'd like me to stream. Would you like me to open Pokemon packs? Would you like me to play a Pokemon game? Would you like me to talk about plushies? Would you like me to hold another plushie auction? Would you like me to do my what am I trying to say? My
voices. You're gonna voice act for all of us.
I'm gonna voice act for all of you.
Fire
Would you like me to do a carnival barker?
Fire Extreme says 2 months till Final Fantasy. All right, folks, we're gonna do the countdown. Let's see.
Fire
we're gonna
Extreme,
put this up here.
I do have a Moogle plushie.
Who can even afford to play Pokemon? Says Hatchling. Yeah, all our cards are old as hell, so it's the same argument. We have base set packs. They're like $400 each. So yeah, we're gonna click on choose a winner here. We're gonna do a countdown. 3, 2, 1. Choose a winner. And the winner is Hatchling BNR. Woo!
Hatchling.
Congrats, Hatchling. You won the giveaway.
Yay,
all right.
Hatchling.
You get all these spicy Tarkir cards here. Boom. Look at that. You get the Warden, Battlefront, Lotus, Bone Devourer. All these guys. Oh my god. So much. All right. Congrats.
And I just want to say, thank you guys for your good sportsmanship. It's so easy to be jealous and be like, give me that card, and actually mean it. But you guys have consistently been good sports and very supportive and respectful from the very beginning, and I'm totally impressed.
All right, there we go. Giveaway number 2. Congrats to Hatchling. Congrats to Tyler, who won our first giveaway. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. We're going to go over some other stuff while we're here. We're going to talk about upcoming events. If you happen to live in East Tennessee and you want to come out, we've got some really fun stuff coming down the pipeline here. So basically, we're going to talk a little bit about Rocky Top Game Con. Rocky Top Game Con and the $5,000 CDH tournament. So we've got a up to $5,000 prize support CDH tournament that's going to be on May 24th. Rocky Top Game Con, it's a player meeting is at 10 a.m. So you got to be there 9 to 10 a.m. $5,000 tournament, minimum $1,000 in prize support. If only 3 people show up, I'm giving out $1,000. Got nothing to lose.
All right. So what time does the con open on Saturday?
That is a great question. I have no idea.
Well,
I would assume 9 a.m.
When the con opens on Saturday, which is the second day, right? I will be having a very special deal on my plushies at the booth, and you're just going to have to come and figure out what that deal is.
Oh, yeah. The first hour, we're going to have an insane deal on stuffed animals. So we're posting the link right here on Top Deck for everybody in chat. If you don't know how Top Deck works, never been to like a CDH tournament before, you just go there, you register, you get a free weekend pass for the convention. It's going to be a lot of fun. We had people come down from Columbus, Ohio last year. We had people come out from Nashville, people come out from Chattanooga, all over. Yeah, so basically what I can show you guys here is this is the CDH tournament, but we also have this, we have a bunch of other events. Maybe you don't like competitive stuff. That's not that big of a deal, because Rocky Top Game Con 2025, 23rd to the 25th of May, so basically 2 months out. We've got Casual Commander, Power Bracket 3, no game changers. As long as you're in the convention, which is $50 for a weekend pass or $20 a day, you can play for free and win prizes there. We have a CDHFNM here, the $100 minimum prize support. We have the $50 entry, $5,000 tournament that also includes a free weekend pass. Then we have Saturday, 6 p.m. We've got a casual commander event again. Power Bracket 3, no game changers. And then, just like last Sunday, last year, we have our amazing two-headed giant casual commander. So if you like two-headed giant casual commander, regular casual commander, if you enjoy competitive events, $5,000 tournament, all of this you can look up RockyTopGameCon.com. Simply RockyTopGameCon.com. Or you could scan this QR code. But yeah, this is going to be the event schedule. This is the big stuff. There's going to be other stuff as well. But yeah, it's going to be a ton of fun. So yeah, definitely check it out, folks. We run these events every year. I run all the Magic stuff, so it's going to be a fun time indeed. But yeah, we'll be talking about that more as the event approaches. In April, we're trying to have a casual commander and a competitive commander event down at the Game Piece, and we'll do one in May. So we'll have a casual and a competitive in April, a casual and a competitive in May, before the convention, so that we can give away weekend passes. We're going to be giving away golden tickets, so you can get free entry into the tournament and a weekend pass. So yeah, lots of fun. Over 2,000 people at Rocky Top Game Con last year. So still a small town convention, but yeah, we're definitely growing. We had over 2,000 people last year. We had over 1,000 people the year before that. We're just growing, year to year. And so there's a board game library, there's food, there's alcohol, there's food trucks, there's vendors that sell D&D stuff. They sell, merch, they sell movies and Funko Pops. There's all kinds of different vendors there. There's over 30 vendors in the vendor hall. There's cosplay contests. There's panels. Lots of fun stuff to do. Go to RockyTopGameCon.com and check it out, folks. ClipClop says, I'll still try to help you one of those days. Yeah, sounds like fun. So if anybody wants to ask about working the convention, working our booth for, prize wall credit, you can help run the booth, you can help customers, you can help run the tournament, and you'll get a big old stack of cash for the convention. And yeah, it's a win-win for everybody. Anybody who works for me, free pizza parties every day, so that's always fun too. But yeah, we've got all that going on. So let me see, what else have we got here? Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so yep, we got a Japanese bougie Ugin. Nice. A bougie Ugin. So yeah, let's swap back over here if we can get this to work.
Oh, is it time?
Yep, Ellie's gonna show off the rest of her babies.
And this isn't even all of them. This isn't even everybody. I just picked the ones that I thought would be kind of the most interesting. Let's see. Ooh, he's finally trying to work. Okay. So we're going back here again to the Moogle.
Moogle.
Let's see. Wasn't it Fire Extreme that was saying something?
Oh yeah.
Fire Extreme. Do you want it?
It's the Moogle.
Do you want it?
Koopo. What are these little wings?
Flippy flappy. Fire Extreme, do you want it?
Alright, calm down. Carry on. Hatching says, oh my god, I love it.
So, a Squishmallow.
Whoa.
With a tag on.
Cordia the lobster. Climbing in your windows. Snatching your lobsters up.
I'm absolutely impressed. She's going to be at the booth. Of course she's going to be at the booth. She? I got it. They have genders. They. So then we have this, which I've gotta say, I've always wanted one of these that look just like this.
Look at this
but
sad dragon.
He looks kind of sad, so. Look at the baby. Look at the flappy baby. The sad flappy baby. He's a baby. And he's very,
Flap
very
them
cute.
wings.
And he's very, very cute and very, very sad and
Yeah.
very, very sparkly. So I gotta keep going. There's a couple more. Now, if you've got a lady relative who likes things back from the old days,
Whoa, throwback.
a Precious Moments teddy bear with
Precious
the tag
Moments
on.
bear.
And that price sticker is the original. That price sticker is the original.
Wow.
Is that cool or what?
Original sticker, 15-inch Landon.
Yes.
Precious Moments Company. Look at that.
Look, he's even got the teardrop-shaped eyes. You can't tell because of his shaggly fur, but
All the fur.
But yeah, no. See, he's all pouty because he doesn't think that anyone's gonna want him. I super love him, but I purchased him to resell. Look at his little feet.
Precious Moments.
Look at his little feet.
All right.
And this one. That fell. This one's not for sale. This one was thrown in as a nice little extra. I just wanted to show off the kind of things that we do receive. He is a Carter's child of mine, and he is kind of broken, but at random points he plays notes from his little broken music box.
Cool.
And he's exceptionally soft and cuddly, and I just,
All right.
yeah, no, so that's the kind of thing that I'm gonna be minus the dinosaur is the kind of thing that I'm gonna be hawking at the booth. Tons of Squishmallows, tons of Build-A-Bear. They're not gonna be more than $5 for a Build-A-Bear because I keep it
Great deals on stuffed animals, guys. We've also going to have a bunch of stuff at the con. We're going to have precons. We got boxes. We got bundles. Lots of fun will be had. Look at all these decks. Woo!
Look at all those chickens.
Look at that. We got Abzan armor. All right, check this out. We got Jeskai Strikers. Where's my Sultai boys at? Yep, Sultai. This deck is like $60 right now. I'm sorry, $80. We got Mardu Surge. We got this Teamer deck that's $90 on TCG Player. Teamer Roar, $90 on TCG Player. So yeah, lots of stuff coming down the pipeline. We got bundles, all kinds of stuff, folks. All right, thanks again, everybody. You can check out all of our links, all our relevant stuff over at Linktr.ee.
Oh, please put my shop.
Okay, baby.
It's important.
So, we got Linktr.ee, BlackPoloSociety. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Oops, that's not right. Ta-da! Okay, so we're going to drop that in the chat for everybody. Yeah, so here's a look at that. But yeah, we've got the link to our Twitch, our Facebook, and our Patreon. Okay. So yeah, BlackPoloSociety, gamers hosting giveaways, events, live streams, and more every Sunday at 6 p.m. All right, everybody. Love you long time. We got to get ready for the gym. We will see you next Sunday like we do. Remember, you could just go to BlackPoloSociety/events on Facebook, and you can check out the links to all our upcoming events. We got the giveaway happening now. We got the Rocky Top Game Con there. When we've got the Casual Commander and the competitive events for the giveaways, we will have those as well. All right, everybody. Bye, everybody.
See you, peeps.